Episode 10, Fallen Angel. This episode is about a UFO that crashes down near Lake Michigan, and the alien creature that emerges from it. So let's take it from the top. The episode starts out with Deep Throat talking to Mulder and telling him about a strange object that fell from the sky in Wisconsin, and how the military is covering up its existence. So Mulder goes by himself to Wisconsin and try to look at the craft. He has to pass through a very shitty looking laser grid, and he's mere feet away from the craft. He snaps a couple of pictures, then wham! Suddenly, he wakes up in some chair with some douche colonel telling him to forget what he saw and all that shit. Mulder tells him to fuck off, and then he's taken to some cell with some meth head next to him. Actually, it's just an alien hunter named Max. He's with a group called Nightcap who've been following Mulder's work for a while now. They talk for a bit, then fall asleep. Mulder wakes up to a pissed Scully, who tells him that the X-Files are in danger of being shut down because of his little adventure to Wisconsin. Mulder doesn't really give a shit, and is more interested in finding that alien. Speaking of the alien, he must be related to Space Ghost because he's invisible. I mean, God, why can't we just have a cool-looking alien? Why the fuck do they have to be invisible? But he can shock people, so that's cool. So Mulder fucks about in the town for a little bit, questioning people about the crash, and gets told it's classified. When he finally goes back to his hotel room, he finds that Max is in there raiding it. He tells them that he has some information about the crash, and tells Mulder to come on over to his mobile home. He has police scanner set up, and on the night the crash happened, he picked up the radio of the policeman that found the crash, and the sound of his death. While this is happening, the military has the alien pinned down. They almost catch him, but they just get zapped instead. Luckily, Scully and Mulder are at the hospital questioning the doctors when the burn victims show up. Scully is allowed to help them, but Mulder gets shooed away. The next morning, they're supposed to leave for DC to get their hearing on whether the X-Files should be shut down or not. So Mulder goes to check on Max for the last time and finds he's having a fucking seizure! So Mulder calms his ass down. He puts him into bed and notices he has a scar on the back of his ear. Turns out that's part of another X-File, where two women were abducted and have the same scar behind their ear. He tells Scully about this and asks her if she can check out the scar. She reluctantly agrees, and her and Mulder walk over to his little house. But when they get there, he's gone. Thank God the police scanner was on to tell him where he was, though. I mean, they would kind of be fucked if they didn't have that. So they chase Max down to a warehouse, and almost as soon as they get there, the alien shows up and fuses with Max. He just kind of floats there for a little bit, then he disappears. The army dudes rush in after that and arrest Mulder, and then send his ass back to DC for his hearing. They make their case for why the X-Files shouldn't be shut down, and they actually win. Not because they actually made any good points, but because Deep Throat stepped in. And that's the end of the episode. Now, what do I think? Well, I think this is a pretty good episode. The scenes where the military are hunting down the electric alien are nice to watch, and Max is a pretty cool new character, so pretty good. But just remember, this definitely won't be the last time the X-Files almost get shut down.